job, you monster.
Aw.
But Monster loves you.
Aw.
Have you ever heard of this game?
I have not.
Okay, I came across this on Steam a long time ago, and I just said, there's something about this I'm gonna like. And it's a quick adventure game. Are you already playing?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I wasn't sure if it was you or a demo. So yeah.
No, I didn't know if there was like any like intro thing.
No,
Okay.
no. This is gonna be a text thing, so I don't know if you want to read or...
I'll take it.
Okay.
Okay, so let's see. That's right. Long ago, nestled in the heart of the forest was the monster village of Omen. You are born from slime that holds the memory of monsters known for... words and thoughts.
All right.
You are not awake yet, but soon your first eye will open. Your simple dreams will give way to life itself. You dream of outsmarting everyone else.
Nice.
Your body is turning and twisting, growing solid in the middle of a great vat of green slime. It's time to be born. Okie dokie.
Huzzah. And look, there are you and all your friends.
You awaken in the growing season when the forest is erupting with color. Onward. Your eye is open, you're a morsel, just barely born. You float in the spawning vat. Dozens of other morsels are exploring, flailing, and stealing food from each other. Yes, but born from what? What is this thing? From slime, what do you think? What is this thing? Slime. The stuff monsters are made of. You don't mean we're actually born from this slime?
This is funny because you've already made a major choice that's different than me, and I didn't see these questions before.
Look, they're just pissed now. Look, it's like molded mushrooms. It's just sticky. It's just the sticky side of nature. When the spark of life enters a colloidal gel, monsters just happen. Fascinating. Try to swim. Another morsel swims toward you. It opens its mouth to show a set of small sharp teeth. It bites you. Yes. What? This is intolerable. Stop that biting.
That sounds a lot like you, actually.
You pause, unable to believe that another morsel's trying to eat you. After a moment, you snap out of it and start to move again. Unite the other morsels and attack. This aggression will not stand. You speak. Your words are simple, but some of the morsels understand you. They converge on the biter. This aggression will not stand. Your tiny, slimy flotilla frightens the bad morsel away. It retreats to the far end of the spawning vat. Patrol the vat and look for more trouble. Hell yeah. I'm the police. Splash, flutter, splish, squeak. Another morsel is too weak to swim properly. It's sinking toward the bottom of the spawning vat. Oh no, you feel a deep sense of injustice at the smaller morsel's impending demise. If only you could do something about it. Do something about it. You swim to the morsel, determined to act. Get under the morsel and push it up. If you push up, the morsel's dead weight forces you down. Your legs come to rest against the bottom of the spawning vat, where they begin to squish. Keep pushing. I'm not going to give up. Your feet are breaking up among the solid clumps of the floor on the vat. Still not giving up. Your legs are gone now, but you stretch out your arms and body, changing your slimy shape to hold the other morsel up to the surface of the slime. Hell yeah. The morsel's out of danger? Yes. Don't grieve. It's logical. The needs of any one monster are as important. Your body dissolves as you push one last time. The other morsel breaks apart. As any other, the two dissolving morsels reach for each other. They come together in a single mass, a new morsel. You two are and always will be one.
The icon of them hugging.
You've grown too big for the spawning vat. You must move on to the next stage of life and become a monsterling. Got any advice? You're going to get into some trouble, which is great. Exercise your bravery, cleverness, ferocity, kindness, and honesty. What kind of monster will you be? Indeed, to the Brood Cave, an adventure.
So yeah, those are your stats there at the bottom. The more filled in, the higher they are, which will affect the successful outcome of some things and what have you. In the upper left, you have how much time you have left. So each thing you choose to do takes a day. Right now, all you've got is the adventure in the middle.
It's that thing from Sesame Street.
Oh,
Those
yeah.
mop aliens.
Yep.
Yep, 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 yep,
Oh, those guys are great. Love those guys.
Bees!
And I think that percentage with the up and down arrow was like your charisma or something. So yeah, you won't be able to choose all of these, but most of them. Or half of them at least. I knew you were going to pick the spider. I just knew it.
Something is scurrying along the walls and the ceiling and the floor. Spiders as big and round as plates. They're swarming into the cave. You can't tell if they're friend or foe.
Some of these names, by the way, you'll continue to see. They are actual characters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, just so you know.
I'm going to confront them. I have cleverness and honesty.
Right.
One does not simply walk into plate spiders. I'm going to ask them what they want. The other monsterlings look like you've gone mad, but they changed their minds when the largest spider asked for directions to Whale Mist. We got lost. So sorry to bother you. I'm going to help those spiders out. Oh my god. You tell the lead spider, go out that way, then turn left, then just stay on the street until there isn't a street anymore. Everyone laughs as the spiders depart.
Well done.
Excellent. So, okay. 9 out of 100.
Yes.
Okay, so how much is this? 9 out of 100. So what's my kindness then? 15 out of 100.
Which was all just from that last one.
Intriguing. What's my ferocity? 0 out of 100.
Not so ferocious. Yet.
So those buttons are 5.
Yeah, I think that's how that works.
Yeah, so that's 15.
Yeah.
Okay.
The big mouth.
Pick the big mouth. Elder Marinus floats in a pool of cave water, puffing her body out like a bulbweed. She points at something deep under the water. Will you get that for me, little one? But you can't swim. Who is Elder Marinus? She's one of the older monsters. She's got scary poisonous spines all over her, but she's really nice. I'm gonna figure out another way to get it out of the water.
Ooh, lots of cleverness from that.
You jump in the pool and easily pull yourself along the bottom with your claws. You easily reach the object, which is a funny yellow rock. You roll it back to Marinus, who pats you on the head. Clever one, well done.
Easy enough.
I am clever. Look at all that.
Yeah, clever is very high
It's
now.
24. Okay, let's see. I'll go with the skull.
Gotcha.
Elder Marinus leads you and some other monsterlings to a secluded grotto at the back of the cave. What's up on the high wall? It's a rusty iron cage. There's something inside. Sticks and rocks, maybe?
What else do you cage?
It's a collection of bones, Marinus says. This is a human skeleton. If you can get it out of the cage, you may play with it. Look at the cage. The cage rests on a ledge several monsterlings high and only one monsterling wide. The lock rusted away long ago. A frayed rope hangs from the bars. I'm going to get help.
Okay.
Oh, more cleverness.
Right?
You ask Nash for a boost. She laughs and throws you up onto the ledge. You crack your head, but you're there. I'm going to toss the bones down so everyone can play.
A little bit of kindness there.
You let the other monsterlings in on the fun. Nash starts choking when she tries to eat some of the littlest bones. Smack her on the back. That did it. She spits out the little nodules and seems puzzled. I can crunch animal bones easy. How come human bones are so tough? Perhaps there's a lesson. Oh my god, look at my cleverness.
You got a gold.
It's huge. I'm huge clever. Chicken leg.
Chicken, nice.
Hamrag, an older monster, brings a sack of squirming rats into the cave. As he heads for the spawning vat, he trips. All the rats spill out onto the floor.
I should mention, while these character names stick, each new game, the names themselves change.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I didn't have a Hamrag. I would have remembered Hamrag.
Help him catch some. Oh, I got a gold kindness. You race this way and that, catching rats and tossing them into Hamrag's bag. He pats you on the head. I'm gonna accept praise. Oh my god, respect. That's not even down there.
Right, that's the upper left one.
Oh, that's the arrows.
Yeah.
Hamrag says, nicely done. You could have just eaten them, but you saved them for everyone. You might be worth raising after all. That's what I say to my children. Hamrag gives you an extra rat to eat. Oh my god, I'm so respectful and clever. You're halfway towards leaving, becoming an adolescent. Firm up your personality as much as you can. I'm firming. I'm firm.
Firming and affirming.
I'm going to go with rocks. Some monsterlings are building little stone towers. Blotz comes to you with a heaping armload of smooth rocks. Do you think this is enough to build a tower?
I can picture you with two of these.
I'm going to give him an honest answer.
Yep, that's one of them.
You count them considering the problem that he has just enough. Blotz beams happily and waddles off, building a tower. It's not a pretty tower, but it's the right size. All right, I'm going to go with feather.
All right.
You're at the entrance of the brood cave. Monsterlings aren't supposed to leave, you know.
And just why
And
not?
just why not? Monsterlings, though sometimes swift and often tough, aren't as swift and tough as full-grown monsters. It could be dangerous. On the other paw, nobody's looking.
On the other paw.
I'm going to go outside.
Oh, I didn't see what you got. Oh, bravery from that.
The streets of Omen are mostly empty, but you hear some larger, older monster coming this way. Run to the forest. You are an explorer in miniature form. Look at that. Birds' nests and trees too, and green stuff that isn't lichen or slime. I'm not going to steal the eggs.
I was wondering. I wasn't sure.
Many of the monsterlings are fascinated by your tale. As you finish, you tell them the opportunity. As you finish the telling, you see an opportunity. Let's pick honesty.
Yep.
The crowd breaks up after a while. You miss an opportunity to really impress them, but everyone is still talking about your bold expedition for some time.
Would you get respect for that? Oh, no, you don't. It seems like something you should get respect for.
Right? You and Nash spot Blistry and Smark play a game. Nash says, I got an idea. Who are Blistry and Smark? Bliss Tree thinks she knows everything. Smark never talks, but he can climb like he's half lizard, half spider. They're close friends. What's Nash Nash's idea? Nash Nash says, look at the mushrooms all over the place. I hear they're tasty. They won't miss a few if we take them. And what's so special about these mushrooms? Nash Nash grumbles. Why do they have to be special? Is it being tasty enough? Why do you hate delicious things?
Another thing you yell at your kids.
No, I'm no thief. Nash Nash hisses. Gutless slime. Smark and Bliss Tree look up at the noise, then return to their game. I'm gonna walk away from Nash Nash. You spare Nash Nash a lecture this time. She hoots at your retreating back, clearly failing to appreciate the favor.
Oh, you're almost done with the stage. Last choice.
Am I supposed to get like huge respect?
As best as you can. Well, it's more of like, what are you going to choose? And then what happens later you can determine based on what you've chosen before.
Let's see. You notice a puddle of glowing slime at the back of the cave. It pulses like a heartbeat. Blosh shoves you towards it, daring you to eat it. Don't be a human baby. I think Blotch should have this. Indeed, but how? Tell Blotch he can eat it himself. You snort at Blotz, refusing to take the bait. He frowns but looks thoughtful. It's scary, isn't it? The way it shudders. After a while, the slime evaporates. Or did it crawl away while you weren't looking? Yeah, Blotz.
I was wrong. This is the last.
You eat it. Oh my, you wake up and find you're no longer a monsterling. You're growing up. Elder Marinus calls the oldest monsterlings to gather in a group. You're one of the oldest ones now, so you should join them. She looks grave. I'm gonna go see what's going on. Marinus shuffles down the long tunnel, turning this way and that among dozens of forking passages.
Sounds like you're swearing.
Marinus stops in a warm, humid chamber with a pit on the floor. She points to the pit, which seethes with thick mist. I jump right in. You fall and fall some more. And you're falling. And are the other monsterlings falling? Yes, some of them are crying. And you can't see through the mist. Or is it fog? Maybe clouds? Moans, groans, and whispering screams. Where is this? It must be somewhere. You land on smooth, flat stone. Despite the swirling vapor, the floor is dry as bone. You hear the other monsterlings breathing nearby. Some of them are still above you, still falling. Oof. You don't see who you helped. Whoever it is rolls away into the thick fog without a word. Gratitude is not important. You rejoin some of the monsterlings at the edge of the mist. There are more passages out of here than you can count. Some of the monsterlings begin to panic while others look determined. I'm going to take charge. Other monsterlings watch you, curious. I'm going to help everyone work together. You lead the other monsterlings in a rousing song, putting aside their trepidation. They advance into the twisting passages. Soon you have all convened in a cave full of even thicker mist. Where is everyone? We can't see each other. The chamber swirls with mist, smoke, fog, vapor, except it's not any of those things. It's ghosts. Hundreds of them, large and small. They're everywhere. Spooky. One by one, the pale ghosts begin to turn their attention to you. Their eyes glow different colors. I'm going to stand fast. The ghosts speak in many voices, all hollow and distant in unison. They ask, "Do you fear?" I'm going to wait and say nothing. The ghosts stare into and through you as though you're the one made of mist. One sharp voice speaks from behind you. Why are you here? Lecture the ghosts about the monster life cycle. You take a deep breath and begin to explain how monsterlings make the change to adolescent monsters. Stress is like heat cooking our minds and bodies so they can enter a new state of being. Continue to explain things to the ghosts. You go on. First, our growing bodies must be destabilized so we could take on our more diverse forms, and then we must I'm sorry, I forgot what I was. Fall into a deep sleep. Here is how you're doing. Yep. You wake up in a well-appointed hovel. This is your home now. Okay, what should I be doing? The more brave, clever, ferocious, kind, and honest you are, the more other monsters will grow to respect you, gain enough respect, and you might someday affect important world events. Okay, I'm going to start living as an adolescent monster. Prayer. I like how we both saw the prayer.
Yep.
Enter the big bad world. Okay.
Yeah, I think you still just have the one. It's the stage after this. I think you have to make more choices beyond just this.
Choose your adventure. I'm going to choose teeth. As you're walking down the street, you feel a stinging sensation. Something just bit your foot. Get it off. When you look down, you see a small pile of human teeth in a small wire mesh bag. Some monster must have dropped them. Human teeth? They're teeth from baby humans. Some monsters collect them and play games with them, like marbles. When you look down, it's okay. I want to find the owner of the teeth. You visit Mupsy Morel, who agrees to publish a found in the Omen Harbinger if you want. She says I could do a feature on how honest you were today. Whoa.
Got some respect with it, too.
And honesty.
Yep.
When she sees the ad in the paper, Hamrag comes to get his teeth back. You don't step up and take credit, but Mupsy whispers something to Hamrag, who looks at you with dawning respect.
Of course it was Hamrag.
Right? It's Hamrag and his teeth, always about. Okay, let's go with Explosion. You, Nash, and the Scapegoat are having...
read that again.
Scapegoat.
There you go.
Are having an impromptu picnic in the forest. The fresh moss you dunk in your tea is delicious.
Ooh.
Some birds twittering and chirping in a friendly way. Circle and land among the crumbs. The birds start pecking at the crumbs, but then they start hopping onto you and pecking at you too. You have crumbs on you. They want them right now. Just ignore the birds. They're annoying, but they're better than ants. Those things get into a monster's pelt and itch like mad.
It's funny considering you and I were just talking about ants.
Right? All right, let's go with chicken. You sniff the air. Sniff, sniff. Could that be frosting? Blots greets you with Nash, with you and Nash with the fluffy pink cake, and Nash says, Blotz says he stole this from a human child. How do you three share it? Humans do a lot of things. Sometimes they talk all day. Sometimes they draw circles and cut them up with chalk. So odd, these humans. I'm going to figure this thing out using geometry like humans would do. Well, you scratch out different percentages using dirt and a stick. Nash, and Blot eat the cake, leaving you with nothing. At least I learned a little about math. Elder Jaggery grabs your claw and drags you out of town. I need you to scare a pig for me, he says. Okay. Jaggery sniffs the air and says, never mind, there it goes. He gallops away, leaving you alone in a grassy meadow. I'm going to explore.
Ooh.
Oh no, my cleverness went down.
Yeah, it did.
As you poke around in the bushes, a ball rolls through and comes to rest at your feet. That's a human thing. I better run away. I'm going to walk through the bushes. Oh no, my cleverness went down again. You see a human sitting in the middle of the meadow. It hasn't spotted you yet, but it looks up at the sound of your movement. Hey, I'm losing 1 cleverness for 15 bravery.
Right,
that
yeah.
sounds pretty great. The human looks at you, waves its arms, burps, and laughs. It sounds like my children. The sound sends shivers down your spine. Watch the human, but be ready to run. The human, still sitting, points at the bushes behind you, makes a sound. It seems to be very young, no more than a monsterling or even a morsel. I'm going to give it its ball back. You can't bring yourself to come into reach, but you pick up the ball and roll it toward the humanling. The humanling laughs again. Enough. Go home before something bad happens.
You got a little respect.
Oh, I got some respect. You run along to Omen with a bit of new perspective and a story. The other monsters are impressed you've interacted with a human. Hell yeah. Penny for your toes? The mosquito. After the rain, the puddles linger. Looking into one, you see hundreds of tiny, wriggling bugs. I just gained all that cleverness back.
You
I
did.
lost.
Yep.
And the tiny bugs come to the surface of the puddle, breathe a little air, then swim down again. They don't seem to be fighting each other. Study them closely.
I love the how odd might as well eat them.
Right? You think they're baby mosquitoes. The puddle will be gone before they can grow up and escape it. It's kind of sad. Even as you stand there looking down at it, the puddle is slowly shrinking. Blistree joins you, looks at the bugs and says, hey, a snack. I'm going to lecture Blistree on the life of mosquitoes.
Nice.
Other monsters stop them and listen as you compare baby mosquitoes to morsels swimming in the spawning vat. Continue the lecture. You explain that mosquitoes take on other forms as they leave the water, much like a monsterling coming out of the brood cave. You begin listing the differences between mosquitoes and monsters, but the crowd has wandered away. Your moment in the spotlight was over. I'll leave him be. The puddle has lost half its water in the time you've been here. There's no way these mosquitoes will grow up. I'm going to save some. You look around for an idea, but there must be some way to save the mosquitoes. But what? Run and ask the spine doctor what to do? I'm going to do that. The spine doctor laughs and says, you want to save mosquitoes? Don't bother me with silliness, little monster. Quick, run back before the puddle dries up completely. There is little water left, but the baby mosquitoes are all gone. Tracks in the mud show Nash was here.
Yep.
You ate my mesquites?
He did.
I'm going to go surly face. A small crowd gathers in the square. Prudence and Gritmitten are in some kind of argument. What could Gritmitten possibly have going on today? Nash whispers to you. Gritmitten says he saw a human wearing a coat made from a monster's hide. What? Prudence says she saw it too, but it was just a costume. You watch the elders discuss the situation calmly, quietly, with only a little clawing and spitting. I'm going to investigate it.
Gotcha.
You set out before you're halfway through the whale mist, you find yourself caught. Hamrag shakes you and tosses you to the ground.
Ooh.
I don't have much ferocity.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Somebody. Ham writes, you know better than to go too close to humans. You're too young. He drags you back to Omen and leaves you there. The debate rises into shouting and rock throwing a few times, but it's mostly civil. Prudence keeps shaking her head and smiling, as though Grit Mitten is a fool or a monsterling. Okay, that makes Grit Mitten's temper flare like lightning naturally. We keep watching. Grit Mitten says humans have made clothing out of monsters. Prudence insists that he's mistaken. Neither shows any sign of backing down. The other elders wander away. Perhaps now the arguers would listen to me. They seem to be paying attention to you. Yes, I'm going to support Prudence. Prudence nods to you and says, see, I'm always right. Humans wear clothes all the time. This fool just thinks some animal's hide is from one of us. Some slimy animal, perhaps. Yeah, like a big furry snail. Because I'm so clever.
Yep.
I'm going to go with Big Mouth. You see Jaggery in a haze of buzzy, yellow, angry bees. He looks like he stole a beehive off the tree and took it home. You could see why. Honey is irresistible. Jaggery motions for you to help him. I size up the situation. Bees can't kill you, but they sure can make you know you've been in a fight. All those stingers, each one with a little venom in it. Don't interfere, man. Leave them alone. You shake your head and slowly back away, then turn and run. Behind you, you hear Jaggery begin to howl as he's stung several thousand times. Well, it sucks to be Jaggery, man.
Yep, right.
Adolescence is fleeting. You have grown beyond youth and become an adult. You have been dragged from your bed by your friends and neighbors. Who are they and what do they want? It's time for you to grow up. You're taken into the woods. Oh boy. The neighbors throw you out into the center of a great circle of monsters all older than you. They whisper to each other, then look at you, and then whisper some more. The monsters murmur and mutter, spit and snarl. They're deciding what best defines you as a monster. After a while, the muttering stops, though the murmuring goes on for some time longer. Finally, the assembled monsters come to a decision. Well, what is it? The ring of monsters shuffles closer to you, forming a tighter circle. The elders loom over you while the smaller adults crouch low. Your surroundings grow shadowy and dark. I'll do my part. The other monsters hold you in some respect. 11 out of a possible 100 points. Good for them. Everyone says you're known for your honesty. No doubt about that. Right? Got it. An elder says, we're going to give you a tricky task to prove your honesty, but we actually couldn't think of anything.
Beyond reproach.
True, the circle erupts with affirmations. A great gangly elder claps you on the back and says, you do tend to speak honestly. Every monster falls down howling in a mix of shock and laughter. A fat elder roars, oh, youngster, you're the best. That's true, I am.
That was a lot of respect you got for that.
Yeah, right? I got a lot of bravery and cleverness is what I have.
Yep.
Honesty is at 47.
Yeah.
No, honesty is at 69%.
69%. Yeah, 47 I think is kindness.
Yeah. Onward to adulthood.
So yeah, now each one you pick, you can pick from either of those two lists. One is interacting directly with other monsters, and the other one is exploring the world.
Explore. Sword.
Sword in the stone.
You find a red hood and a basket in the middle of the forest path. A human house is nearby. Funny you never noticed it before. There's a white picket fence out front. Circle the house. There's a great deal of blood in the yard, along with a half-dead wolf coughing weakly. I'm going to ask the wolf what happened. Woodcutters, friend, you can't trust them. Beware their axes, even worse than knives. The wolf finishes dying. Bow my head in respect. You're not sure if you're respecting the human capacity for killing the wolf's perfectly timed last words. But before you can come to a decision, you've grown bored. I'm gonna eat the wolf carcass. You haul the strangely heavy carcass back home. An elder points out a sewn-up gash along the wolf's belly and says it was good work. Oh yeah, more respect.
Yep.
The elder is impressed with your honesty and says so. You open the gash and find stones hidden inside them. Oh my god, I've watched a movie like this.
Yeah, right?
Is that wolf an opera singer? Snake. The snake moon is rising in the sky, and it's time to gather the snakes for the ritual. I'm going to set out to gather snakes. You wander the fields near the whale mist. It's easy to catch snakes, but every time you reach for another one, some of them squirm out of your grasp. Most of your snakes are getting away. But keep catching them alive. Oh my god.
That's a lot.
Yeah. Everyone claps when you arrive with 3 living snakes hanging from you by their fangs. The venom hardly stings at all. The snakes are added to the cauldron, amassing a mass of other snakes, some writhing and others lying still. Join the circle as the ritual begins. Man, look at all those snakes.
Yep.
Hey guys, what do you guys think about snakes? You guys down with them? Fail missed. We'll do this human one. Did you hear Grit Mitten telling younger monsters about the human that almost killed him? It's the pointy parts that get you, he says. Always wait until the knife is pointing somewhere else, then run away. He turns to you and says, "Isn't that right?"
Couple good choices.
Yeah, I want to explain to the youngsters.
You do like your monster to lecture.
Honesty maxed. Yeah, I really do.
Mosquitoes and yeah.
Let me go into the life cycle of mosquitoes. You calmly expand on Grit Mitten's tale, sharing what you've learned about the frightening blades of the humans. The younger monsters will promise they will treat such things with respect, even if nobody's holding one. I have max honesty now.
Yep.
My honesty's huge. A small pack of elder monsters are huddled at the edge of Omen, watching the woods and discussing something in hushed tones. Elder Hamrag is saying this could simply be a rumor. We don't know if they're out there for sure. Ask them what's going on. Hamrag says some of the younger monsters have seen others in whale mist. Monsters from no town we know of, thin and cold, without food or shelter. I usually pick that one.
Yep.
Offer to host any homeless monsters at your hovel. Ooh, I got respect for that.
Yep, that helps.
And my kindness went up. The elders are impressed by your unusual offer. They look at each other, then shift their conversation in the same direction. If the strange monsters come into Omen now, they won't be met with violence. I did it.
Yep.
My honesty's huge. My bravery's huge. My kindness could be bigger, but my cleverness is almost there.
Yep.
Let's see. Let's go with whatever this is.
Yeah, what is that?
You look over your garden.
Oh, okay.
Garden? Garden? Most hovels have gardens. Many monsters don't care, but some like to show off the herbs and spices. And some like to show off their herbs, spices, and flowers. There are so many rocks here, even if you didn't feel like planting things, it looks bad. These rocks out to go. These rocks ought to go. Bleh.
I was like, I get what you're saying.
I'm gonna start digging. All this work is a lot harder than you expected. You're not a natural digger like Molefoot or Shovel.
Shovel.
Shovel? Not all monsters pick good names. Just be glad you're not one of them.
That's fantastic.
I'm gonna keep at it. You dig. It's hard, but you eventually get better at it. I'm gonna keep digging. When you're done, the garden looks much better. All that digging turned over earth, too. That's probably a good thing. I'm gonna catch my breath. Oh, I got the spine doctor out for a stroll.
Oh boy, here it comes.
Stops to compliment your work ethic. You're not sure what an ethic is, but she always talks like that. Man, that spine doctor respected the hell out of me.
Yeah, that's not how I experienced the spine doctor. I can tell you that much.
Really?
Yeah, mine kept like doubting me.
Man, my spine doctor's like, you're doing real good, man. You keep doing you. Today's the day of the Spinner 500, the big spider race. Winners are regarded highly by all around town. Yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, I know you want to do that.
But your spider hurt her leg this morning. What should you do? Oh, dude, it's a noble race. I'm not going to hurt my spider, man. With a tear and a smile, you and your spider watch from the stands. The spider sucks the butter out of a piece of popcorn and gives you 4 tiny thumbs up at once. Grand!
You got respect for that? That's hilarious.
She rubs her healing leg and says, next year's the year if a bird doesn't eat me. Perfect.
Yep.
Perfect. I have 56 respect right now.
Yeah, you do.
I'm going to go with this goat. A squirrel hops into a pool of sunlight, bright-eyed and bushy-tailed, ready to bury nuts and make something of itself. You drop on it from a branch, grab it, and twist its head off. Delicious decapitation. A young wolf suddenly leaps in front of you, snaps the squirrel out of your claws, and run off laughing and barking. Wolves can bark now? Isn't that only dogs? She must be multilingual. Plus, it looks like she's faster than you.
Ooh.
I'm going to turn the tables on the wolf. A second squirrel creeps up and pokes at the discorporated head of the first one. You grab the new squirrel and chew on it a little, thinking, Yeah! And I got respect.
Yep.
You dangle the squirrel over your maw, waiting. The wolf tries to steal it as you planned. You slash her with your claws and she flees, having learned not to mess with you again. Oh my god. My respect is huge. I'm gonna explore more of the whale mist. Chicken. As you explore the whale mist, you notice that the air smells faintly of gingery bread. Ahead, there's a flock of very fat birds pecking a trail of crumbs that winds through the trees. I'm gonna follow the trail of bird and crumbs. It leads along twisting paths you never knew existed. Deep in the forest, you come across a rickety human house, which smells of baked goods. You hear human speech. 2 children are babbling nearby. Examine the children. The human children look tired and very thin, but their bellies bulge as though they just eaten a huge meal. They're so weak that you don't fear for your life being so close. It leads along twisting paths you never knew existed. Okay, that's the forest thing again.
Yep.
I'm going to watch the children. Smoke begins to pour from the windows of the house. The children flee deeper into the forest, laughing. As the flames rise to engulf the whole house, you hear an adult human screaming from inside.
Oh, interesting. Nothing. You didn't gain anything from that.
No.
So I wonder what would have happened otherwise.
Weird. You and Nash encounter the Proud Bear. This is an honor and a problem. The Proud Bear has killed many monsters, something rare in the animal kingdom. He stares at you.
Explain to the bear life cycle.
I'm going to consider the bear. The bear is so potent that it deserves capital letters when being referred to.
Nice.
He shines from within, radiating a light visible to the eye, but plain to the heart. I'm gonna nod cordially. The bear doesn't move, and you go back the way you came. I'm not messing with a bear.
Yeah,
Are you kidding
right?
me?
Exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna go door. You hear a cry from a nearby hovel. What's happening over there? Sasswait, a new adolescent, doesn't understand how the windows in her hovel work. She's trapped her paws under a heavy pain.
I'm not fat. It's just Sasswait.
Or free her from the window. You walk over and take a look. This should be easy for a grown-up monster for you. This should be easy for a grown-up monster like you. I'm gonna lift the window and free Sasswait. Sasswait seems afraid of you, but these things happen. She thanks you for releasing her from the window. You notice that a small crowd has gathered.
Wait, I missed. How did she hurt her arm?
The window. The arm was caught in the window.
Oh, it was caught
I
in it.
usually go with something that has that monster on it,
Yeah, the Elmo kind of guy.
but I'm gonna help her heal the arm. I got 10 respect.
Yeah.
Oh my god. You tend to Sasswait's bruise with a salve made from flowers and mushrooms. Soon as she feels no pain at all, the crowd applauds your helpfulness. Hell yeah. You guys know how I do. Oh, it's almost there. Not as close as cleverness.
Right.
Balfog and Gritmitten are arguing in the street over a cat. They both want kitty croquettes for lunch. Sounds yummy. What's the problem? Balfrog says he caught the cat, but Gritmitten says it was his larder before it got out. Both monsters turn to you as a neutral party to decide. Or try to make it. Balfog holds the cat close, stroking it absently. The cat mews and rubs its head across his chitinous gripper. Ask Balfog if just this once sharing is on the table, along with the cat. Oh my god.
I didn't know that I was going to give you stuff for that.
It gave me respect.
Yeah.
You were able to persuade Balfog to give Gritmitten the cat's tail, so that's something. Gritmitten thanks you for your intercession. Oh my god. I have so much respect.
Yep.
Well, how did this go when you were playing it?
I think the respect thing was fine. Mine was there were different things that I saw a little bit. Some of these I have seen.
A flock of geese are in the square. No, honk. One can talk. Honk above the din. Honk. Nash screams. Last one to drive them away is a loser. And she's on that human scooter she found.
Oh, I did see this one. Oh, that's weird. It's referencing the human scooter because that was a thing that could have come up before, but you didn't see that thing.
Oh.
So that's weird because I did have the other one before.
I'll hunt down a secret weapon. You run to Hamrags hovel and steal or borrow the fox pelt he uses as a doormat. Let's gear up. Plonking it on your head, you run toward the geese, growling and yipping. The geese swarm you. Uh-oh, you could think of 2 good options. Out honk the geese. I don't have ferocity.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I don't have ferocity. Think fast, out honk the geese. Oh, I got respect.
That's what I did when I got that one.
You honk so loudly the geese think you to be the boss goose, and you follow you to the nearest pond. Nash accepts the loss and scoots off. Oh man, my cleverness is maxed.
Yep. Cleverness and honesty.
I have no ferocity though. All right, let's go. Animal paw. The spine doctor has asked you to catch a special fox. It limps, she says. It coughs, and I need it quickly, if at all. Why does she need a sickly fox? The spine doctor swats at you with one prickly arm. There's no time for questions. Get the fox or don't.
That's how the spine doctor treated me.
Well, my cleverness. I'm gonna go after it. You go forth into the forest, trailing the fox. As you get closer, you catch a glimpse of its ragged ears between 2 trees. The fox is limping slowly. As you draw near, you smell something sickly sweet. The fox slumps and vomits green matter onto the forest floor. Your claws tremble at the thought of touching it. It's usually the one I pick.
Yep.
I usually pick the excuse me.
That is the best way to
I
measure.
lost bravery.
Oh, did you?
The spine doctor looks up you in surprise, and you return to home. And what are you doing here? Asked her if safe to touch the plague fox. Doctor shakes her head at you. Few diseases cannot harm us, young one. Certainly nothing a fox can catch. But now it's too late. You'll never catch it in time. Several elder monsters visiting the spine doctor pause to chuckle at you. The doctor herself walks to a row of small cages and says, now my rats cannot be cured. Rats? Oh no, I lost 3 respect. The spine doctor opens a cage and spears a rat on each claw and eats them one by one. She seems sad. Those rats could have been medicine instead of a snack. Oh, spine doctor, you're a bitch. You scoop a big fish from the forest stream. As you're about to bite into it, it says, wait, I'm magic. I can grant you a wish. Dispute the spurious claim. I can't select anything.
Oh. Oh, the controller light is on.
Yeah.
Hang on, let me click the game here and see. How about now?
There we go.
I don't know why it deselected itself.
Dispute! I got some ferocity for that. All I wish
Nice.
is for something to eat, you snarl. The fish realizes what you mean as you bite into it. You find blots hitting a dented alarm clock. Why have bells that don't ring? Is this some kind of riddle? Before he can answer, he throws the clock over his shoulder and glowers at it. Try to fix it. You pick up the clock and examine with care. It's so complicated, more complicated than anything a monster has ever made. And that includes monsterlings, wheels and cogs and gears and levers. Keep poking at it. Even though it's so complicated that you might get your claws caught inside of it, or get a spring to the eye, or accidentally hurt blots on purpose for that matter. Yeah. You turn the key around, it makes a clicking sound, then the bells go ding. Not bad, it's just getting harder to turn though. Let's stop. The clock ticks and talks and ticks, and you're pretty sure it's actually keeping time. If you only knew what the little arms and hands meant. Well, in any case, Blotz goes around showing everyone how you fixed his artifact. 83% respect.
Yep.
My goodness. I'm growing old. My friend, your body is very soft and you drip slime everywhere you go. It's getting hard to leave your hovel. I'm gonna go see the spine doctor. The doctor tells you your time is almost up. You'll soon reach the end of adulthood and where you will ascend to elder status or dissolve into slime. There is a treatment that might prevent your dissolution. The treatment involves extract taken from the tentacle ferns that grow in the whale mist. Following the spine doctor's directions, you enter a whale mist in search of a tentacle fern. They're common in these woods. You wade through a thicket of sticky green coils, letting them brush against your hide until one latches firmly in place. That means it's ripe. You snip the fern with your claws. What's that sound? It's a little monsterling trying to get noticed. Stop for a while. The little monsterling asks, why are you dripping so much slime? You look behind you and see a trail of goopy fluids.
Ooh.
I'm going to explain about dissolution. The young monster seems terrified at the thought of dissolving. She says it's not fair. Animals live much longer than we do, and humans longer still. Tell her it's natural. You remind her that this is the cycle of life, and that has always been this way. We carry in us the remnants of 1,000 monsters who came and went with us. She seems reassured. Explain about the extent. I like to explain. My monster is very talkative. You point back toward Omen, and it's not over for everyone. If the other monsters respect you enough, you can live on as an elder to share your wisdom directly and help care for the monsterlings. She says, I'd like to do that. Is that what you're going to do? Tell her you can't ascend once you take your medicine.
I did not see these choices. That's interesting.
You explain that you have a few more things to do, but then you're going back to the spawning vat. She nods sadly and leaves you to your task. You return to the spine doctor with the tentacle fern, and she takes it from you. I'm going home. The doctor smiles as you turn to leave. So you've accepted your fate. That's for the best. All right. I'm going to go and see what I'm going to get.
Okay.
Surround you at the spawning vat. They've built a fire beneath the small cauldron. Your body is squishy and damp. Examine the cauldron. The rusty iron cauldron smells like electrical fluid and herbs from the whale mist. It's empty now, but soon will hold blood and slime from many monsters. I'm going to be tested.
Okay.
A masked elder comes forward and says, it's time to decide. All the elders growl and snarl. The masked elder claws herself. 3 drops of liquid spill into the vat. 3 drops of liquid spatter against the hot bottom of the empty cauldron. Thick vapor rises into the air. Listen, the masked elder asks, who has already decided the fate of this monster? Wait. More than half of the elders approach the cauldron and add their blood to the collection. The liquid begins to bubble. Fantastic. It's good to be so respected. The masked elder has placed 5 flat stones on the ground before you. She says, choose one. Chance will guide your claw. Look at the stones. Each stone is stained with old blood and polished by the touch of many a paw. You can't tell one stone from the other. I'll pick a stone. The other side of the stone is etched with a crude glyph. It shows one monster kneeling beside another injured monster. The masked elder says, we will test your kindness.
That was one of your good ones.
Oh, yeah. A huge elder carries another monster close to the cauldron. The other monster is half melted and hard to recognize. It's Nash Nash, or what's left of her. She's begun to dissolve like you, and her condition is far advanced. What's going to happen to her? The masked elder says, we've decided that Nash Nash is too violent. There is a place for pure ferocity in the world, but it must be tempered with other qualities. Regard your own soft, wobbly claws. The elder says, see her eyes? She still seethes with pure rage. Perhaps you can calm her before the end. I'm going to console the dying Nash Nash because my kindness is huge. Nash Nash growls and lashes out at you. Your claws might be weak, but hers are the only part of her still strong. You bleed. I'm going to ignore. You lean close, wincing slightly as she draws a new line of red in your hide, and you hold her tight. She finally ceases her struggles. Goodbye, Nash Nash. The huge elder picks up the now unresisting Nash Nash and gently releases her into the spawning vat, and she's gone. Choose the next stone. Oh, sweet.
Nice. You lucked out.
The other side of the glyph is etched with a crude glyph. It shows a monster frowning in concentration. The masked elder says, we will test your cleverness. The masked elder emits a series of musical whistles and clicks, then performs a complex dance. You've never seen these steps before. She says, now you do it. Yeah. Woo. You're a dancing fiend. Polite applause washes across the crowd. I knew I could do it. Several monsters howl their approval and step forward, adding more fluids to the iron cauldron. I'm going to dance over to the cauldron. You hold the cauldron, which contains the portentous infusion. It's heavy. Look at the cauldron really quick. It's quite full, and there's far more blood in there than slime.
That's what you want.
All right, I'm going to drink the infusion. You drink the bubbling concoction, then belch and howl as your body solidifies almost instantly. You are an elder now. Oh my god.
Everything but ferocity.
Yep. You are now an elder. You are welcome in Znack, the oldest of the monster towns. In this stage of life, if you play your cards right, you will be able to affect both the ways of monsters' view of humans and vice versa.
Yeah, so this is the final stage.
Oh, there's more?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And so here is where you make your choices. Do you want... Well, you'll see.
You're in a secluded hiding place near the park. Suddenly, you see a human grab her stomach and fall over. Now's my time to shine. Pushes up my glasses. That's the spirit. What will you do? I'm going to be like the spine doctor. I'm going to doctor her good. You lay her down on her back gently and feel her belly. This rumbling calls for milkweed, a sure settler of complaints. All right, you dash and go find some. You dash to the park where you find a few pods of the stuff. Using your claw, you cut open the pods, drain the contents into the human's mouth. She moans and tries to push you away, but you still hold her and keep the medicine coming, just like the spine doctor taught you. Success. The human is soon standing unaided. The humans come to help her, but she hardly needs the assistance. Oh my god.
And you gain some neurosurgery skills.
What? The human brushes milkweed fluff from her chin, looks around at her savior. You're sure she's watching you as you lope away.
I don't know how one lopes away.
I don't know, but what is neurosurgery?
can't remember if that was a real thing or a joke. Because I feel like I saw that one before. Yeah, so these are the two results that I got when I played this.
Famed neurosurgeon.
Oh, yeah, so I guess it was. I wonder how I did that.
Let's go politic then. Cartoon Fight Cloud. Canelo Aslet, electrical genius, holds his abacus, turning the rocks for you and the other elders to see. The calculations don't lie. All humans find out about monsters in 2 months. These figures are rock solid. Literally, we should prepare new hiding places. Oh, my honesty's huge. We don't know enough to predict their actions. Canelo scoffs at you. I should remind you that I am far your elder among elders, and you make'nt sense when I say I make'nt sense. Pronounce that he doesn't even point out he doesn't even pronounce electrical correctly. Oh, the monster's view of the humans went up.
Yep.
Canelo considers, then speaks. You're right. What was I doing? I was full of my own pridings. Great. Great. Oh, I'm going to pick the excuse me guy.
Yep.
An older human and many children sit in rows in a hot, echoing room. The older human drones on while the children look at everything but him. The windows, the clock, even your hiding spot. What is the older human saying? He's telling them about lifology. You know about that, but judging from his expression, he doesn't seem to find it very interesting himself. Step in and show him how to teach.
That's what I think
you burst into the classroom and everyone stops to stare at you. For a precious moment, nobody does anything. Talk about the attitude behind doctoring. You begin by telling them that one must know one's own heart to work with the hearts of others. The children listen to you as you go on about compassion and its use in healing. You explain how kindness is the only real virtue, the origin of all others, and by the time the class is over, you're hopeful that some of the children will go on to become doctors. Score. You leave surrounded by thankful humans. Let's see. You're splashing through rain gutters when you spy a human on the steps below. She snuffles and sobs into a tissue. A crumpled letter lies beside her. Okay? You slide down a gutter and squat beside the human. She squeaks, then holds very still when you don't attack her. Okay? Finally, she says, you want to know why I'm crying? My parents say I must marry Ernst, but I do not love him. I just wish he'd go away. I don't have any ferocity.
Yeah. So, do you want a meal or do you want a... Yeah.
All right. She blinks away her tears and starts to laugh and sees that you are serious. She takes your claw in her hand and you go inside. Yes? Where... two older humans interrupt their dinner and scream and jump away from you. Wait, well begun is half done. The older humans calm themselves and listen to her for you suppose the first time. They agree to reconsider the wedding. Yes. The younger human smiles and squeezing you, not trying to choke you, just to show you how much she appreciates your help. I'm going to politic a little.
Gotcha.
I've only done one in here? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess so.
I'm going to go with caution sign. Elder Riddy wants to stop using electricity from the humans. It's making us less monstrous, he explains, and it is a human thing through and through. I happen to know a little bit about electricity.
I didn't see when I played this the one where he was talking about how to properly say it, and I don't think I ever saw them change the way they spell it.
You shuffle forward and raise one claw, clearing your throat. All the elders turn to look. Riddy says, you agree with me? Oh, my honesty's huge. No, electricity's great. You explain your point of view. Some of the younger elders start talking about doing more with electricity than just keeping things cold or well lit. Explain why you love electricity. You describe some of the things you've seen. Boxes with moving pictures, ways to send messages by clicking one's fingers on a board. The other elders believe you. Of course they do. You're not thought of as a liar after all.
That's right.
Hell yeah. They're fascinated. The group agrees to look into it and to look into new ways of using electricity for the benefit of monster civilization. Riddy hisses and stalks away. Yeah, suck it, Riddy. Okay, let's try Feather. You're arguing with Elder Humurg, who is much older than you, but a little slow on the uptake. She insists that humans don't farm chickens. Oh, well, I'm just gonna pick that one.
In fact,
they do. You can go on about how plump and delicious the chickens become under human protection and how many eggs they produce in the wooden nest boxes. Humurg rolls her eyes unimpressed. Bring back a chicken. You have no trouble getting into a farm. You return with a chicken so fat it looks like a feathered balloon. I'm going to show off the chicken. Humurg, impressed, Humurg accepts the chicken and takes a bite. The other elders says maybe the humans do have some redeeming qualities. Yeah, bitch. All right, let's go with the sword. The spine doctor looks up from her current patient. She's working on a human knife. She's working a human knife free of a monster's ribs. Humans are dangerous. I'm going to watch them and listen. She says, humans, no claws, so they made their own. Awful thing, knife wound. Takes twice as much milkweed to patch up as a jaguar's attack. Best steer clear, I say. I'm going to explain how they're all about not fighting. Success. That scary knife you explain is used to spread jam on bread. Real knives are much worse. The spine doctor nods, a little shocked. Perfect. Man, these relations are becoming pretty great.
Yep.
I'm going to go with puddle on the floor. Elder Prudence is tiring of the debate about living alongside humans. Listen to her argument. Prudence says they can't even eat a squirrel without killing it first. Their bodies are only slimy around their assorted holes. Why bother to talk to them? We're best off keeping our distance forever. She slumps down disgusted. Pardon me.
You're right.
Humans kill their food to spare themselves pain. Success. One elder agrees with you. It makes sense. A series of grunts and snarls follows the crowd as the crowd agrees with the explanation. Speaks well of the kindness of humans. Oh man, their attitudes are great. All right, let's go with pot. Jaggery drinks deep from a jar of cider. He belches and the air goes wavy. Jagger raises one claw. Humans are stupid. Lazy, worthless, stupid. And I'll fight any monster who says otherwise.
Pardon. If I may.
I don't know. They're both pretty huge.
Right.
I'm going to do this one. Drawing on your own experience with giving and helping other monsters, you select several excellent examples of human kindness. It's really just a question of knowing your subject. God. He was drunk.
Right.
He was drunk. He's drunk. Go back home. Jaggery, you're drunk. Mupsy Morel outlines a plan for defense against the humans. Fruitcake, I've seen it, friends. Every year the humans offer it to each other, but nobody wants it. She can't possibly think fruit. Oh, excuse me. I mean, I'm maxed. I'm both.
Yeah, right.
Oh, she does, Mupsy goes on. If they fear it so, it must be a weapon, perhaps a deadly poison. One we can steal and turn against the humans if we need to. You don't have a sample for them to try, but everyone listens. You're known for telling the truth. Mupsy seems upset. Well, too bad for Mupsy. Yeah! All right. Now we need to go to Carmen.
Yep.
You decide to check out the Carmen Carnival Mupsy recently mentioned. Following her map, you take lefts and rights and straight-ons. That's what I'm going to tell you from now on.
Straight-ons.
I'm going to tell that from now on. That's how I'm going to do it. Until you look up and... Uh-oh. Humans everywhere? What's that noise? And that smell? And that over there, or that. It looks like an organ grinder, monkey poop, and mobs of human children, and a tiger.
A tiger.
Why would they actually do that? Actually, it's not as bad as you might think. Oh, it didn't do anything.
I was like, what's
wait,
gonna
a
happen?
tiger? A tiger is running through the crowd, through the middle. Actually... That's because the crowd is scattering away from the tiger. Aren't humans afraid of tigers? Come to think of it, humans are scared of tigers. They usually keep them in cages, don't they? Can I not see what's higher?
No, I don't think so. I think you're expected to remember.
Okay, I think my cleverness is higher. Yeah. You climb up a bunch of floating balloons and with a flex of your claws pop them. Colored scraps fly everywhere. The tiger looks for the sound of the noise, spies you, and charges. You leave it out of town, away from the frightened but safe humans. Heck yeah. You're investigating a stack of crates in the alley. You hear a shriek. Wait, it's a small child. He runs in, followed by 3 slightly larger ones. The small one jumps behind the crates to hide, next to you. So I keep the small one hidden. Like many stupid alpha humans, the bullies get quickly bored and leave. The child turns to go, but before he goes, he gives you a tentative hug. Shirt covered with slime, he leaves. Man. I am really good at politicking. Let's see. The docks are fun. They smell like home. You're napping on a fishnet when you overhear a human talking. Where have they all gone? If there's no fish, this fisherman is done for.
That's what I was laughing at.
Tell them what I know about fish. You stand on the wheelhouse roof and clear your throat. As the fisherman notices you, you point grandly at the direction of an inlet where the fish spawn. He slowly nods. Make a swim gestures. The fisherman looks in the direction you've indicated. You explain that you know the waters, and the human seems intrigued. Keep telling the tale. The fisherman seems doubtful at first, but you manage to make him believe you. He soon sets off for the fish-rich inlet. I'm maxed out.
Yep, last day.
Okay. Greed Blitz, puffed up with syllabic.
I hear
syllabic,
both, to be honest with
multisyllabic importance, addresses the other elders. My fellow monstron, he begins. I propose we meet the humans halfway. What, in the meadow, in the forest? No, he clears his throat. I think we should learn from them and adopt human ways to be more civilized. Oh yeah, I have huge cleverness. Agree and explain some human innovations. You make a persuasive one. Under your tutelage, the other gathered elders learn much about organization governing the human way. Am I done?
Yeah, I think when you click this, it'll finish it up.
Yep, there we go. As you walk through Portent Square, you think on your past. Life hasn't always been easy, but you've built up your reputation. You are quite well respected. Yes, well respected indeed. Though monsters have always feared and loathed humans in the past, your work towards improving relations has paid off. Monsters have come to respect and like them. Well done. Grand. Meanwhile, humans who once hated all monster kind have come to understand that monsters aren't terrible, evil things. Rumor has it that humans think pretty well of you. Okay. Shattering your reverie, a terrible commotion erupts. Elders and younger monsters alike are milling about in a great mob. What's cracking? Blotch drops off from a nearby roof. Humans are coming this way. Blishtree says, that's wonderful. We can talk to them. It's true. Relations have been warming up. Both monsters and humans meet up deep in the whale mist. There is a considerable shuffling of feet and paws. Everyone wants to talk, but nobody wants to make the first move. If only one monster were to speak up. Yes, if only a few of the other elders are looking at you, strangely enough. Going to welcome the humans. Everyone breathes a sigh of relief as you put your best claw forward. It's the first step of a long journey, a journey on which monster and human will cooperate in all things. The end. And so monsters and humans worked, lived, and played together for many happy generations to come. Hooray for the future.
So yeah, you got the first ending that I ended up with, which is interesting because there were some different choices that I made. I am curious to play this again, and I want to try two things. I want to try one, having a war between the two and have the monsters win.
Yeah.
And another thing I want to try and do is leave the monsters in the dark and like side with the humans kind of thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I want to see if that's possible.
Be like a turncoat?
Yeah.
That's kind of interesting, like, because that didn't take that long to do.
Right, so it's just under an hour and a half to play through this whole thing. And one of the reasons why I wanted to highlight it to everybody is, there's two reasons why. Number one is, wouldn't this be a great game with kids who you're trying to get to read?
Yes.
And then the other thing is, there's a sequel, and I'm going to have to get it at some point.
Is there really?
There is. So, and yet it seems to be a relatively unknown game. We just reinstalled it now because I had installed it and played it before, and it was like 800 reviews on Steam.
I'm going to have to download this and maybe like sit with Trace.
Yeah.
And go through this.
Yeah.
Because this is, like you said, I think this should be pretty good and just like a reading tool.
Yeah. This feels like how many times do people refer to games as a choose your own adventure?
Right.
And this feels like it really got that part of it.
Yeah.
You know?
Definitely. Definitely. I mean, like, because it got to the point to where I was choosing all of the options for my monster with the red guy that was like, excuse me.
Yep, exactly.
What should I do? Explain the life cycle of mosquitoes.
That's the best. I love it. So yeah, that's Bud Suds and Does for the month of April.
Yeah, that was really good. Like, I'd say this is probably, like, this I would give a 4.5 to.
Gotcha. All right.
Because this is awesome.
I just realized hopping up for it, we didn't grade. I would give it like a 3.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Same. Like, it controlled fine and everything, but it's like, okay, well, you know what you're getting.
Right.
But this one, I'd give at least a 4.5, maybe even leaning closer to 5.
This I give a 4 for sure. I'm so curious about what they update for the sequel. So.
Right.
All right, guys.
We'll see you next time.
Take it easy.
Mm.